Hello beautiful people, I'm Rhylie.
I'm Maddison.
And if you've been watching the videos before, you'll notice that that's a different intro because we've decided that we're gonna now make this channel a joint channel because I only ever post videos when she's here, so there's literally no point pretending it's just my channel because it's literally not. Like, every single video has her in it. So today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're gonna try and do the 7 books in 7 days challenge, which doesn't necessarily mean we'll read 1 book a day. It means that like over the 7 days we have to read 7 books. It's currently Wednesday, we're currently on holiday, but I go home tomorrow and Maddie goes home on Friday. So from tomorrow we're going to be filming stuff separately and then we'll just like patch it together into one video, so Maddie won't just drop off the face of the earth on Friday. And we'll just continue doing that, like for different videos we'll just film separately and then just put it together into one video. So I'm starting with Letters to the Lost. We actually already started this morning at like 3 in the morning. Don't want to talk about it. We were going to do a 24-hour readathon, realised that we wanted to sleep more than we wanted to read.
And we always do readathons. We thought it would be nice to
do something different this time. So we decided to do this instead.
Yeah. I'm currently reading What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli.
So yeah, we'll keep you updated on how the books are going. Normally we'll do like a big TBR at the beginning of the video, but basically we're just going to tell you each day what we've decided to read. We're going to go inside now because it's raining and I am freaking freezing my tits off right now.
And it smells. We're in the outskirts of Glasgow, so there's like cows.
And because it's rained, you can literally just smell the cow manure. It's
gross.
Yeah,
so we want to go.
It's not fun, but
it was so pretty outside.
That's it.
Anyways,
bye guys.
Bye.
Yeah, I've been waiting to tell you how much I miss the way you turn me on.
So it's Wednesday evening, which means day 1 is over. I've only read 54 pages of my book. Maddie's read 100 of hers. We had a really busy day today, so we just didn't get much chance to read. We're just gonna try and catch up later on in the week. I'll update you guys tomorrow morning to let you know what the plan is. I have a lot of bus traveling tomorrow, so I'm gonna get a little bit of reading on that, like done on that, but I don't want to make myself sick, and like when I read when I'm on like public transport I get kind of sick, so I'm gonna try and not do that. So I might have to take a lot of breaks, but I'm gonna still try and get a little bit of reading done on the buses and then hopefully finish off my first book by the end of tomorrow.
So it's now Thursday and I'm still reading What If It's Us. Today we had a pretty hectic day yesterday, but we also have a pretty hectic day today. We are going to Edinburgh for the day. Rhylie is currently not with me because she is on a bus on her way to Edinburgh with Lewis. So today we're gonna kind of just sightsee, walk around Edinburgh, have dinner, and then Rylie's gonna go home and then I'm gonna go back to where we're staying. And then from that point on we'll be filming separately. But that's the plan for today. I'm gonna try and finish What If It's Us, which we love. It just means I have to read. Well, also Rhylie has to read 2 books on one of the days, so yeah.
So it's Thursday evening. Lewis and I have been travelling, as you could tell from the previous clips. I did a bit of reading on the bus. I'm on page 154 now of Letters to the Lost, which means I still haven't finished my first book and we're on day 2. So I really should have finished 2 books by now, but it's whatever. I'm about halfway through. I'm gonna keep on reading tonight and see if I can try and like get close to the end and maybe finish it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it tonight. I just want to get another big chunk of it done. But yeah, I'll keep on updating you and Maddie will keep on updating you as well. And hopefully we don't completely fail this reading challenge because that would kind of suck.
Touch me like you used to touch me. No more body, no more tongue. I'm getting off my chest.
So it's Friday now. I had a bit of a lying this morning. I woke up at 11. I've been reading since I woke up. I'm now like quite close to the end, so I'm gonna sit down and just try and finish this book. Also, just to mention, Maddison is currently driving home from Scotland back to London, so they're on like a 7.5 hour car journey plus break, so it's gonna take like all day. And because Maddie gets car sick, I don't know if she's going to be able to actually read much in the car at all. That's the update for this morning / afternoon, because it's afternoon now. And I will let you know when I finish this. So it's been a couple of hours, it's 3:50 now, and I just reached page 300 of Letters to the Lost. So I'm like really getting to the end now. I'm definitely going to finish it in the next few hours. I'm literally just sitting here and reading. But honestly, this book is so good, and I'm actually well annoyed at myself that it took me so long to pick it up. It's so good. Like, it's just like, the characters are just so, I just love them. I literally love them. I think they're so well written. So definitely, if you've not read this book, please do, because it is so good. It is quite dark. Gosh, there's quite a lot of trigger warnings. Look up the trigger warnings of this, but like, I do highly recommend it. It is so good. And even though it deals with such dark things, it's not like a super dark book. Like, you don't sit here and just like feel sad the whole time. Like, it's very like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just really good. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue reading and hopefully finish it very soon. I think that's all I wanted to say. And I'm gonna get back to this and I will update you when I finish it. So it's just about 7 o'clock. I just finished Letters to the Lost. Oh my god, so good. It's so good. Oh my god, I'm so happy I read that. Because it's still early in the evening, that means I'm gonna have enough time to read another book and like hopefully get a decent amount of it done. So I started with The Fire on High last week, I think, and I'm about halfway through it, so I'm gonna just try and finish that today and count that towards one of the 7 books I'm reading this week, which I know is a little bit of a cheat because I am already halfway through it. But like, what can you do? I'm cheating. Like, I don't think I can physically read a whole book today, but this will allow me to finish 2 books today, so I'm like catching up. I'm still behind. Even though I finish this, I'll still be behind by a day, but that's okay. We'll make it work. I'm so hopeful for myself. Like, I just have such high hopes. I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna make it. I'll be fine. Like, I'll read 3 books in one day. It's fun. When have you ever done that? Never. Have I ever read 1 book in one day? No. So why do I think I can do this? I don't know. But we're gonna try. We're gonna just try. So it's Friday evening. Well, technically Saturday morning because it's like past midnight. But I'm exactly 100 pages from the end of With the Fire on High. Again, loving this book. I've still like got a decent amount of reading done today, considering I only started reading this at like 7 p.m. This book is such an easy read. Like, it's so quick because the chapters are all like 2 or 3 pages, so you literally just fly through it. But yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying it, and I don't know if I'm going to finish it tonight because I'm like quite tired. I really want to go to sleep now, but I'm gonna try and read a bit more, and then tomorrow I will be waking up early to finish this book and then start the next one. So it's Saturday afternoon now. I did actually end up waking up early this morning, but I haven't done any reading. I woke up early, played some video games, and then ended up going and doing a huge shop with Lewis, and we like did like a proper bulk buy of food, and that took like quite a while. So it's 4 p.m. now. I'm just about to continue reading With the Fire on High, and I will update you once I actually finish it. I read a little bit more last night when I said I was not sure if I was going to read anymore, so I now only have like 80 pages left. But yeah, I will definitely update you guys once I finish this. So it's a little later in the day and I just finished With the Fire on High. It was really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it and it was a really quick read. I'm now going to take a slight break and then I'm going to pick a new book, and I will let you know what book I end up picking. But for now, that's my update. I finished the book.
So it's Saturday, the 6th of August. I'm back home. I am wearing clothes, don't worry. And I'm still on What If It's Us, which is book 1. So I'm gonna need to read 7 books in 3 days, which is gonna be fun for me. I just got back from a friend's leaving barbecue, so I haven't done much reading this morning. I had to go out and get an outfit. It was a whole ordeal. Yesterday, obviously, most of my day was spent, well, all of my day was spent traveling back from Scotland. So yeah, I'm gonna get changed, take off my makeup and do some reading before I go to bed.
So it's a lot later now and I still haven't picked my third book, which is really bad because I've lost like quite a few hours of reading time that I could have spent getting further into a book, but that's okay. I'm gonna start a book now. I still haven't picked one, but I'm gonna go pick one now and start reading. So I decided on reading A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I took the dust jacket off and I'm a bit too lazy to put it back on, so you can't look at the nice cover right now. But yeah, I'm gonna start this, let you know what I think of it, and yeah, that's my little update for tonight. So it's Sunday afternoon now. I woke up really late today, but last night before I went to bed I started A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I actually think I already mentioned that, but I didn't read much of it. I only got like 16 pages in, but I am really liking it. I just really wasn't in the mood to read last night. I literally was just so desperate to do some crocheting, so I ended up crocheting for ages. I'm gonna sit down and do some reading now, but I'll update you in a little bit once I've done a little bit of reading. So it's a little bit later in the day and I ended up stopping reading my physical book. I picked up a audiobook. I'm currently listening to Malibu Rising and I'm really enjoying it. I just borrowed it from my local library on Libby and it's pretty good. I've listened to like an hour and a half of it so far. Yeah, that's the little update.
So I finished my first book. It is 6:38 on Sunday the 7th of August. So I've done one book, 6 more to go, which is gonna be fun. I didn't end up reading last night because it just got really late. I was just doing things around the house and it got really late and I was really tired, so I was like, I'm just gonna pick it up in the morning, which I did, but I had to keep stopping to do odd jobs. Like just now I was just helping my mum do some gardening, but I finished it. I loved it. Adam Silvera has my whole heart. He could never do anything wrong. For me, I love his writing, and although it's with Becky Albertalli, I think you can still hear his voice quite clearly in a lot of the parts, but I just genuinely thought it was an amazing book. I really loved it, and I can't wait until I read the second one. Not now. I don't have the time, but now I'm gonna go and choose my next book. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I will update you when I know.
So it's a little bit later in the day and I have been just sitting around crocheting and listening to Malibu Rising. I'm officially 52% of the way through it, so I've made like a lot of progress so far today and I don't plan on stopping listening to it. It's an 11-hour audiobook and I'm listening to it at like 1.75 speed, so hopefully I can get it done quite easily tonight. It's not even the evening yet, like it's like the late afternoon, so I'm not too worried about getting it done, but if I can get this book done, like that's gonna be such a weight off my chest because it means I'll have a whole other book finished and then I'll be finished with 3 books out of 7, so I'm like almost halfway, which I think is pretty good.
So I decided that the next book I'm going to read is Convenience Store Women because it's short but also I've been wanting to read it for a while, so yeah, I think I'm gonna give this a go and I'll let you know what I think. So I just finished Convenience Store Women at 12 on Monday the 8th of August, which means I have to read 5 books today and tomorrow, which is fun. I don't think I mentioned my rating for What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli. I gave it a 5 out of 5. For Convenience Store Women, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Because I found it funny and I really liked Kyoko's voice. It was very different, very quirky to anything I've ever read before. And I read it in one sitting. So when I started, I didn't kind of put it down. It was just a repetitive thing for me because I wanted to just get it done, but not necessarily in a bad way. I was kind of like invested in the story as in I wanted to know what was going to happen. But I gave it a 3.5 because I didn't feel like anything really happened. I don't know if that's just because I feel like a disconnect from it or if it's, yeah, I don't know, but I gave it a 3.5 because it did find some funny moments and I really liked her voice in the story, but would I pick it up and read it again? Probably not. Maybe when I get a bit older and I have more, I don't know, worldly experience, maybe. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but not like fantastically, if that makes sense. I need to choose a third book, so yeah, I'm gonna go and have a look.
So it's Monday early afternoon. I just listened to the end of Malibu Rising and I enjoyed it so much, like a lot more than I thought it would. It was definitely not a book that I thought I was going to enjoy that much because it's not really a genre I like. So now I'm going to find another audiobook to listen to. So I will update you once I've decided what book I'm going to listen to next. So I just had a shower and took a little bit of a break from reading, and I just borrowed the Joy Luck Club from my library as an audiobook. So I'm just going to listen to that while I continue chilling out for a bit, and then I'm going to pick up my physical book in a little bit. So I just finished listening to the Joy Luck Club. I didn't really enjoy it, I'm not going to lie. It was a bit hard to follow, like the story was a bit jumpy and I just kind of didn't really understand what happened in what order because it just jumped back and forward between time. But it was a really quick read. Yeah, that's 4 books down now. I'll update you when I've done some physical reading in a bit, but yeah, that was my update for now.
I completely forgot to update the video. Obviously last night I finished Convenience Store. I'm on my 3rd book now. I chose Almost Midnight by Rainbow Rowell, which is 2 like festive short stories. So I'm halfway through it. I didn't get to read today because I got called into work on an emergency. So yeah, so this will be my 3rd book and I'll try really hard to read the last 4 books this evening and tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm only going out for dinner with my friends, so hopefully I can get quite a bit of reading done. But I'll update you when I finish this and let you know what my 4th book is. So yeah. So I just finished Almost Midnight and I really enjoyed it actually. It was really just cute and chill, and yeah, it's just quite nice and easy to read. I gave it a 4.75 stars because it was really nice, but obviously because they're short stories, they're not as developed as regular stories, but they were still really enjoyable. So yeah, and now I'm going to read The Off Limits Rule by Sarah Adams on Kindle. So yeah, I'll let you know how that goes.
So it's Tuesday afternoon and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't do barely any reading yesterday, and this morning I woke up with the worst cramps I have ever had in my life. I'm not even bleeding, like I'm not even having my period, and I have the worst cramps ever. So I decided to just lie down for a while. So I started an audiobook. I started listening to The Time Traveler's Wife. I'm 2 hours in. I've read like literally another few pages of A Cuban Girl's Guide. I'm now on page 42, so I read like 3 pages or something. So this is not going to get finished today, I don't think, because the cramps are just so bad that I'm literally just lying down listening to the audiobook. But I will keep on updating you. Maybe I will end up finishing it. Maybe I'll end up finishing the audiobook, but I doubt it because it is quite a long one. It's 18 hours long and I am listening to it at 1.5 speed, but still that's like a really long time. So I don't think I'm gonna finish it today. No, like I know I'm definitely not gonna finish it today. I don't know why I'm like trying to allude to the fact that I might. Definitely not happening. But at least I am trying to get some more reading done. Hopefully Mad's got a lot more reading done today than I have. But either way, even if we fail this challenge, like if we both don't read for 7 books, like that's completely fine because the point was to just try, and we've definitely read a lot more in the past week than, I mean, I've definitely read a lot more in the past week than I normally would. So that was kind of the point of the challenge.
So it's actually a few days later since we finished 7 books in 7 days. We both failed, but we moved past that. We moved past that, it's fine. I read 4.5 plus a little bit extra. How many did you read?
I read 4 books.
So we didn't fail that badly. Like at least we got 4 each. Like I think that's a success in my book. That's like a lot more than I read most weeks.
I have an excuse as to why I didn't read as many as 7. Do you, Rhylie?
I do. 2 of the days I was really busy.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I then got like, on the last day, I literally had the worst cramps of my whole entire life and couldn't move. So,
Okay.
I think, considering I only participated in 4 days fully, 4 books is pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to do a little overview of every single book that we read and a little like star rating, I guess. I don't even remember all of my star ratings, so I might have to just like put them up on the screen instead. So the first book that I read and finished was Letters to the Lost, which I absolutely loved. It was so good. Amazing book. Highly recommend. Everybody read this. Everybody. Why is this not a TikTok book? Like, this seems like such a perfect TikTok book. Don't you think? Like, it should be so popular. I don't know why this is not that popular. The next book that I read, I was already halfway through, and that was With the Fire on High. And again, really like this book. Can understand why it was so hyped for so long. It was just such a good book, so quick and easy. I definitely recommend this if somebody's in a reading slump, because like the chapters were so short that like it was so easy to get through, because you would just be like, oh, I'll just read one chapter, and then it was like 2 pages, and then you'd be like, okay, I can read another chapter. Like, I can read another chapter, and then it just like gets you through the book really quickly. So if you're in a reading slump, definitely recommend. The next book I listened to, and that was Malibu Rising, and again, really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that so much more than I thought I was going to. The next book was The Joy Luck Club, which I'm sorry if this is your favorite book ever. I hated it. It was so bad. I could not understand anything that was going on. Maybe it was because I listened to an audiobook, or maybe it was because I was just like not really in it, but like I feel like it was so jumpy. Like, it just, I don't even know, it just went like forward and backwards, and I just didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand the correlation of some of the stories, and so it was just a bit like it was very interesting to read, but it was just a bit too much for me. I just didn't really understand it, and so I didn't really like it. The next book I started was A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I only got a little bit of way through this. I only got 50 pages through, but I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm excited to keep on reading it. And then the final book that I started was The Time Traveler's Wife. I've listened to 50% of that, I think, or 47 or something, and I have mixed feelings about this book, because it's a bit like pedophilia, but like also not at the same time. It's a bit confusing. If you've read the book, you'll understand. Like, I do understand why so many people like it, because I'm still really interested, even though I'm a bit like about some of the bits. I still really enjoy it. Like, every single part I've listened to so far I've really enjoyed, and I will be finishing it. So yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that one, but that was the last book I read.
The first book I read was What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli. I really enjoyed this. As I said previously, Adam Silvera could do no wrong. I loved it so much. I thought all of the characters were well developed, and the plot was easy to follow, but not like boring, if that makes sense. Because usually like simple plots are quite boring, I feel, a lot of the time, but I really enjoyed that, and I cannot wait to read the second book. Then I read Convenience Store Woman, and I liked it. I didn't love it. I think I explained it more in my like overview videos when I'd finished each book. So it was good, but it's like not a favorite of mine. Then I read Almost Midnight by Rainbow Rowell, and it's 2 short stories. One's about a couple who fall in love over like meeting at New Year's Eve parties, and the other is about a couple-ish, like a friendship, I guess, more than anything, couple that get closer while they're waiting for the Star Wars movie to premiere. But I really enjoyed it. Both couples were really sweet. Obviously not much happens in them because they're short stories, but I thought it was really nice to just kind of just sit back and read. It was just easy, and I would definitely go back if I'm in like a slump. I'll probably read one of them or both of them to get me back into the swing of things. And then the last book I read was on my Kindle, and it was The Off Limits Rule by Sarah Adams. I really wanted to read more Sarah Adams because I really enjoyed the cheat sheet when Rhylie and I did the buddy read. So I went on Kindle Unlimited and got literally all of Sarah Adams' books.
As you should.
Yeah, she's amazing. I can't lie. She's an amazing author, and as soon as I read the first page of the first chapter of the Off Limits Rule, I was laughing. I was already in love. She is an amazing writer. She does rom-coms like nobody else does rom-coms, and I will stand by that until the day I die. 100% would recommend 5 out of 5 stars. Amazing.
Also, highly recommend the cheat sheet if anyone hasn't read that yet.
Highly recommend.
Such a good book. 5 out of 5 stars. Such a good book. So yeah, that's all of the books we read.
Yep.
Plus our non-physical book. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope this style of video where it's like us not actually physically together is okay, because that's basically what it's going to be from now on. And hopefully we're actually going to be more regular with our posts, maybe like once a month. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Goodbye.
See you next time.
See you next time.